is a public service announcement of sorts about something I didn't know existed until 2 days ago. And I bought it. And I don't think it's going to be any less expensive on Black Friday, and I'm not encouraging you to go out and buy anything on Black Friday, but I will put a link to this in the description below. And if you follow that link and buy the Cambridge Paragraph Bible in the Kindle edition, I will make about 2 cents. Now, I was excited about this for a couple of reasons, one of which is that I like the King James translation, the authorized version. I'm not going to get into all the textual arguments. There are people who know almost nothing about the textual history of the Christian scriptures who say King James only, and others who know perhaps even less, who make fun of it. But I will say that if you're going to pretend to be educated even as an English-speaking person, you should be familiar with the King James Bible. And of course, it is full of many stories that are an important part of Western civilization, and there are lots of references in literature to these stories that if you haven't read the Bible, you won't have a clue. So I have was delighted to discover that this edition, which is a sort of a critical edition by someone whose name is David something, I'm sure it'll show up in the link, try to both come up with a version of the text, because the King James has been modified over the years, that is as close as possible to what the original translators are trying to do, and also arrange it in a way that is very readable, so that their things are in sense lines. And I find that makes a great deal of difference. I had for a good long while the reader's version, the compact edition of this, and it was just a little bit small to read. Whereas this edition, of course, is big and you can make it bigger. And I have been slowly chewing my way through bits of Isaiah during Advent, during the Nativity fast, and I am once again both delighted but also a little terrified, disgusted, whatever, to be reminded that a great prophet is not someone who says what will be true, but someone who says what is always true. And the words that Isaiah has for the nations and the time that he was living are just as true now as ever. Well, I'll just make one more little reference to part of the text, and then I'm just going to say thank you very much and shut up. Coming up, we'll have the Christmas crash, and people will say, well, there's no ox and ass in the New Testament stories. Well, no, they're not in the New Testament stories. They are in Isaiah's prophecy about Israel and its future. Well, thank you, welcome, and all those things. And again, I hope you have a good Advent season.